Welcome back, my friends. Gather around the table for another session of Dungeons and Drakfus. And this time, we are taking on a classic WoW dungeon that I'm pretty sure every beginning player has at least done once. I've even met Horde players that didn't know that Ragefire Chasm existed because the first dungeon they did was trek all the way to the Deadmines. And that's what we're doing today, so let's go ahead and get things ready. But first, let's go ahead and go in and dive into the lore of the Deadmines for you guys. So we're going in here, and I just need to find it. There we are, Deadmines. It is said the Deadmines gold deposits once accounted for a third of Stormwind's treasure reserves. Amid the chaos of the First War, the mines were abandoned and later thought to be haunted, leaving them relatively untouched until the Defias Brotherhood, a group of former laborers turned brigands, claimed the labyrinth as a base of operations for its subversive activities against Stormwind. So yes, we're going into the Deadmines to take care of an alliance problem? But technically, you could go in as a horde, so it works out that way. And first, let's go ahead and step on in. I actually wanted to try and go in this early before going to the portal, just because this adds to the experience of the Deadmines, in my opinion. I've always been of the opinion they should totally make this part of the instance. Like, you should just walk in from the barn and have to start making your way down the Deadmines. So we'll just go ahead and make our way down here. It's not like anything down here can hurt us. And as you guys can see on my screen, a Legion invasion is going on right now. And I've actually been getting asked, like, am I doing the Legion invasions on alts or anything like that to level? I'm actually not. I'm not interested in doing world events, especially since I've been busy trying to get everything else done.
For Stormwind, for all of Azeroth.
Well, thank you, Grind, Stout Mantle. Yeah, so here's another thing to keep in mind.
We must drive them back.
Dang it.
Focus on the commanders.
I get it, Brian. Stop interrupting me. Really wish I could walk out of this scenario. But no, it won't let me. No, I haven't been doing the Legion invasions. I've been busy with other things. So you'll have to forgive me on that one. So here is the portal to the Deadmines. Oh, please don't tell me the Legion invasion cuts it off. I hope it doesn't. Let's walk in. Oh, S-O-B. Okay, well, that sucks. We'll be right back, people. Hopefully we can get this Legion invasion solved, and then we can take care of it. All right, then. So, basically what happened is I had to wait quite a while, because when the Legion invasions happen, they lock up a zone into a phasing. And so I had to wait until they unlocked it so that I could get access to the portal again. With that said, though, we're going to run in really quick because I'm afraid that we're going to get another one because I got 2 in a row. So the other thing, too, is for Tale of Drakfu fans, and I'll explain this also in the next part, too. I had a little bit of a boo-boo while I was waiting for this. So, unfortunately, the way that the Legion invasions work is everything in the zone will get experience. It's supposed to be a benefit for not just level 100 players or Warlords of Draenor players, but also for everybody else. And so I actually did ding. I did not participate in these things. I was trying to run down here to the Deadmines again, and they killed a boss, and I dinged to 56. Now, I already did set the rule in Tale of Drakfu that I would not be using any kind of experience gains. I would like to think that this doesn't count in that regard because it was out of my control. I was not participating in it. I was making my way in here. I was trying to get material recorded. So, again, I'll explain this a little bit more in detail in the next part. Let's go ahead and get things started with the Deadmines. And, of course, one thing I also need to explain with the Deadmines is they've had a little bit of changes since they were implemented in the game. In fact, the Deadmines are now updated as of Cataclysm. The patch 4.0 updated the Deadmines with new quests and new bosses in the area. But that's all right. We're still going to cover the lore of the place. Originally, there was just a bunch of Defias down here. Now there's new Defias because if you follow the quest line as a Alliance character in Westfall, you will get a full-on quest line of the rise of the new Defias Brotherhood under a new leader. And I don't want to spoil that just yet because I have a feeling we'll come in here on Heroic. All right, enough of my talking. We've got a couple of quests to grab while we're here, and one is from Slinky Shempshiv.
Don't waste my time.
Traitors. The goblins you'll find working with the Defias are officially traitors to the Bilgewater Cartel. The Shattered Hand... Actually, you know what? For some reason, this isn't working. So I'll read that in a second. Be right back, people. Right line. Yes. Okay. Okay, we're back. This was something that I was doing on other recordings. For some reason, it disabled storylines. So let's actually read this quest again. Actually, let me go ahead and get rid of it, and then we'll read it. So abandon. There we go. Okay. The goblins you'll find working with the Defias are officially traitors to the Bilgewater Cartel, the Shattered Hand, and the Horde itself. I haven't yet been initiated into the Shattered Hand, so my loyalties lie strongly with my people. Helix Gearbreaker apparently has no time for such associations and works on building a mast for the Defias Juggernaut. On behalf of Miss Mayhem and myself, would you kindly dispose of Helix? Okay, so he's actually one of the bosses in here. So the objective is simple: kill Helix Gearbreaker.
On your way.
Then we have Kagatha.
Greetings.
Oh, we have a female orc. Be quick about it. So only the beginning. I miss the days when legions of powerful ogres marched by the Horde's side into battle. The pathetic alliance cowering at their ferocity. Perhaps those days will return before I am gone to the ancestors. However, that is not the case now. An ogre magi, Glubtok, has joined forces with the despicable Defias Brotherhood and acts as foreman over their mining operations. The pathetic fool. End his life for me, and for the spirit and glory of the Horde. So we kill Glubtok. And then also Miss Mayhem. Not quite there. These prototypes are gonna change the face of the Horde warfare when I perfect them. The issue I've been having is that their power sources don't allow for complicated combat maneuvers or larger frames. Both highly desired traits when it comes to fighting Alliance. The Defias, with some help from goblin traders like Helix, have almost completed the Foe Reaper 5000, a massive golem that will actually work. We can't have that going public, now can we? I'll lose customers. Alright, so we have to defeat the Foe Reaper 5000
Glad I could help.
for these guys. And actually, if you go in as an Alliance, you will be dealing with Detective Horatio Lane. It's supposed to be Horatio Kane from CSI Miami. It's Blizzard. They like their references. Let's go ahead and get things started. Like I said, this has been updated since then. And the enemies have obviously changed. But, well, some things just don't change. Some things are just... they stay the same. It's full of ogres, full of kobolds, and that's okay. Now, another thing I also discovered is I may have complained too soon because I had Spinning Crane Kick, and I didn't realize that I did. Oh, Legion ability revamp. That doesn't help. I would have liked to have known that I had it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get things started down here. Whee! That helps. And we have these guys. Let's go ahead and bring them in. Crackling Jade Lightning. There we go. So here is the first boss, and it is Glubtok. So let's go ahead and check out the lore for Glubtok. In a fit of rage, In a fit of rage, Glubtok unleashed his potent magical abilities and reduced his ogre mound to ash. Upon hearing of his destructive talents, the Defias hired the massive ogre mage to supervise their labors as head foreman of the Deadmines. So he's basically an ogre magi that can't really control his strength or his magical strength. That's all right though. We're here to help out with that. Oh, okay. Fist of Fury! Fist of Fury! Oh no! And there we go. Glubtok has been defeated. And the pile of ash right here is what you loot. So, yay, we got some gold-flecked gloves. And only the beginning. Let's see. Do not be alarmed, Drakfu. I'm close to... Do not be alarmed, Drakfu. I am close to you, waiting in the shadows. You've done well. You must continue the mission here. I am too valuable to risk my life against petty criminals like these. Okay, so, good intentions, poor execution. The Defias plan to finish their juggernaut and use it to lay waste to Stormwind. It is a noble cause any true orc warrior would embrace without a single thought. Vanessa's fault lies in her execution of their plan. The ship is poorly constructed, the crew practically untrained, and worst of all, there's a worgen in their midst. So this actually did a quick reveal that I was trying to keep behind. The original boss of the old Deadmines was Edwin Van Cleef. And so many people killed him, but they decided with Cataclysm to kind of do some kind of homage to it, and instead we found out a little tidbit of lore that we didn't realize. When we killed Edwin, we had a quest that actually required us to take his head back. When we did that, we didn't know that off in the corner was his daughter, Vanessa. And so in the Westfall questline, you actually will meet Vanessa Van Cleef as she leads this new Defias Brotherhood. And in fact, she's also part of the Rogue Legendary, or the Rogue Class Hall line. So you guys can check that out on on my Outlaw Rogue video for the Legion beta. So let's continue on with the discussion here. His name is Admiral Ripsnarl, and he must be mercilessly slain in the name of the war chief, Loktar Ogar. So kill Admiral Ripsnarl, who is a worgen. Yes, because worgen are a thing now. It's really kind of sad, too, because I think that Ripsnarl was kind of thrown in. I don't know if he's necessarily got a whole lot of lore behind him to justify him being part of the Deadmines crew, especially since we actually do get an instance later that is tied to the official lore of the worgen starting zone with Shadowfang Keep. That's all right. Ooh. Let's just make our way through here. I don't want to trigger the monkeys, just because I like the monkeys. All they're doing is mining. There's no reason to take out the monkeys. Oh, hi, oaf lackeys. Come here. Now you, however, I have no problem with doing Fist of Fury. So open up the door, and this actually takes us to the room of Helix Gearbreaker. So let's go ahead and take care of all the lumbering oafs he has in here working on lumber. They're lumbering oafs. Fist of Fury! Fist of Fury! I'm Drakfu! I know what I'm doing. Okay, so all that's left is Helix, and as you can see, he has his buddy, this lumbering oaf that he's riding. So let's go into the lore of Helix Gearbreaker. Formerly a craftsman in the Bilgewater Cartel, Helix was offered a sum eclipsing anything he would ever make as a nameless horde engineer to ply his trade for the Defias Brotherhood. He was quick to accept the job and renounce his former loyalties, just as any resourceful goblin would. Now, the Bilgewater Cartel has come up a couple of times. The Bilgewater Cartel are the goblins that you play as horde members. So that's why this hurts a little bit, is because we're part of the Bilgewater Cartel if we're goblins. So let's go ahead and take on Helix Gearbreaker. I'm sure she'll pay handsomely for my head. After all, my head is great. Hey, look, it's a bomb.
Not when I've got you, oafs.
So at that point... Ah, get off me, Helix! Get off! Get off! Not cool! Just gonna let them go boom on him. So there you go, we have taken care of Helix Gearbreaker. Come on, go boom. Go boom. Alright, they're not going boom. So I'm going to take matters into my own hands. So now on to the next phase of the Deadmines. This is probably where a lot of spinning crane kick is going to come in handy. This is probably the one aspect of the Deadmines that I don't think has changed that much. There we go. Is the fact that we have the Defias miners in here. Come on up, boys. Okay, hopefully I don't aggro these guys. Okay, on to the next room. And now we're in the Goblin Foundry. See, I do like how the Deadmines have changed. I mean, they were I'm not saying that they were bad, but the Deadmines were a little bland going through numerous times. So I do like the improvements to it, just to add a little bit extra story and obviously attach it to the new leader of the Defias Brotherhood, Vanessa Van Cleef. So we have a bunch of golems here. Not that golem, Lord of the Rings fans. Now, before I actually activate this guy, let's go ahead and cover the lore of the Foe Reaper 5000. Defias engineers have spent many long days perfecting a new harvester model based on the Foe Reaper 4000 unit. Once it's completed, the Brotherhood believes this mechanized terror will be able to slice through Stormwind's armored soldiers like a scythe through wheat. Alright, that's actually the Foe Reaper 5000 right there. All we have to do is take out these little golems, and then he will activate, because this will give him enough energy to come to life. Here we go. Oh no, what's gonna happen?
Foe Reaper 5000 online. All systems nominal.
And I'll probably spoil this right now. I will be doing this again on heroic mode, because in Cataclysm, you got access to a heroic mode of the Deadmines as kind of a legacy dungeon. And that's why, in essence, we got the Deadmines reboot, so that it made sense. And there's also additional story in the heroic mode.
Import 2. Shutting down.
Aww, I had to kill Pinocchio. Not happy about that. Okay, where's the loot? Why can't I not loot you, Foe Reaper 5000? Did I literally bug the boss? Oh, that might be why. There we go. Alright, I've claimed my item that I'm probably going to sell anyway. And finally, we get down to the Defias portion of this area. There we go. Take care of this guy, and give me a spinning crane kick. I like the fact that I have that available now. And technically, we have to take out this Defias Shadow Guard. I believe he has a key we need. Nope. That's alright, though, because... No, that's actually in the old Deadmines. I don't know why I confused that. Use the Defias cannon. The cannon was rigged with an explosive trap. So at this point, we would actually have the fabled Mr. Spy going, "You there, check out that noise." Not anymore, though. And of course, we come down here only to find out the Defias' true plan. They were going to take this Juggernaut and unleash it on Stormwind. And man, that's a lot of cannons. A lot of cannons. That's a lot of parrots, too. We're not going to worry too much about the parrots unless they attack us. But yeah, check that out. That's a lot of cannons. This thing could probably seriously do some damage to Stormwind. And amidst the Cataclysm, that's not a good idea. That's okay, though. We're coming in to stop this nonsense. Even though we're Horde. Well, we're Horde. We're coming in for the loot. That's what matters to us. Way. I'm Drakfu. I like to do spinning crank kick. It's fun. And come on over here. Hi there. Enjoy my spinning crank kick. Moving forward. There we go. So all we have to do is scale up this Juggernaut, and we will come across Admiral Ripsnarl, because he is overseeing this construction. Spinning crane kick. I'm not even dealing with you guys anymore. Take care of this pirate. Yo ho, a pirate's life for me. Okay, Admiral Ripsnarl. let's go ahead and go over the lore of the good admiral. When James Harrington became afflicted by the Worgen curse, he destroyed his loving family and maritime career in one chilling night of bloodlust. Taking on the name Ripsnarl, he fled into Westfall and later agreed to command the Defias Brotherhood's fearsome juggernaut. So yeah, he's got a little bit of a nightmarish story because of his Worgen curse.
It's too far away.
That's alright, because we're here to end it. Hi, Ripsnarl.
Feel that chill running up your spine. Fog is rolling
Oh
in.
man, I thought I was going to kill him before this happened, but this is actually a phase in his encounter. You take care of these,
Smell your fear.
take care of these smoke elementals. Or fog elementals, I guess is more appropriate. Oh, phase 2.
I will rip your heart from your chest.
I'm sure you will. Alright, you're done. Bye-bye, Ripsnarl.
Find her until it is too late.
And the her he's referring to is Vanessa, and it's just because Vanessa, unfortunately, is not in the normal version. You have to go through the heroic version. That's why we're gonna do heroic Deadmines when it comes when we come to it. Good intentions, poor executions. Let's see. It is a shame he was both human and a Worgen. Had he been a proud orc warrior, I'd like to have charged into battle alongside such a fierce combatant. We could speak of ill-fated desires another day. It is time to take what is ours from the enemy. Okay. That. And the Defias Kingpin. The Shattered Hand has laid mostly quiet for years now. No more. You will be the instruments of our rebirth, Drakfu. Slay the Defias Kingpin and commandeer her ship for the Horde. We will outfit it as a proper orc warship and use it to finally lay waste to Stormwind. Any survivors will spread word of our unstoppable power across all of Azeroth, and all will tremble before our might. Go now. Van Cleef's death will be our greatest triumph yet, hero. So, we need to kill the Defias Kingpin, but I don't think we can actually... Yeah, okay, it's just for the next boss. That's what I thought. So let's go ahead and take on the next boss, and you notice that there's a shadow right there. And we'll go ahead and just reveal him. Captain... Well, actually, you know what? Let's reveal him. So, Shadow! Come forth! Oh no! It is Captain Cookie! Formerly the ship's cook, he got a dramatic promotion to being Captain Cookie! Well, now he's gonna get a promotion to death. Touch of death! I want to kill you. I'm Drakfu. There we go. Deadmines have been completed. Take his loot, and we also do get him as the kill. And there's Kagatha. Oh, the pitiful human escaped. Coward! Yeah, sorry. Not till heroic, people. That's why we're going to do it again. For that. I think it's appropriate to do so. And in the meantime, we have a couple of quests to turn in, so let's go ahead and do that.
What?
So, my employers do not take kindly to strangers. On the flip side, they are renowned for their kindness towards the loyal. You deserve to be rewarded.
Hit the road!
There we go. So let's go ahead and turn this one to Miss Mayhem.
Time is money, friend.
Brilliant! Now all I have to do is finish my work, and my Mayhem Reapers will cause, well, mayhem on any Horde front. And there won't be any Defias knockoffs to steal my profits. This is what happens when you leave your phone right there. So, there we go.
Good one.
I'm not cutting that out. That actually happened. Coward. Vanessa Van Cleef is a dirty human coward. How dare she flee from battle against the Horde and leave her unworthy subordinate to fight? Kagatha composes herself. No matter. Her ship is reward enough. The citizens of Stormwind will bear first-hand witness to our awe-inspiring power, using a ship made in part by the very architect of their city. Because the Defias Brotherhood used to actually be... Excuse me. The Defias Brotherhood used to be the Stonemasons Guild of Stormwind. They actually built the Kingdom of Stormwind. So that's an interesting way to be able to put that. Let's go ahead and turn this in. And we get something for a Cookie. And before we leave, let's go ahead and go over the lore of Captain Cookie. Cookie proclaimed himself captain of the Defias Brotherhood's Juggernaut following its previous commander's death. Although he still performs his official duties as chief cook, anyone who questions the validity of his captain title has been known to come down with a severe case of food poisoning, which is actually part of his his heroic encounters. He tosses out a bunch of food, and you have to mess around with the buffs as you go along. So that's actually going to go ahead and wrap things up for the Deadmines. Sorry, I'm just having weird issues with the phone right now. That's actually going to go ahead and wrap it up for this session of Dungeons and Drakfu's Deadmines edition. When we get back, we will go on to the next dungeon, and until then, we'll see you next time.